People are pouring into Pizza Hut for a great new lunch deal. Because right now, you can sit down and enjoy a pepperoni personal pan pizza for just $1.29 and a supreme personal pan pizza for just $1.79. Or carry them out for the same great low price. Either way, you get the Pizza Hut pizza you love. Plus, you'll get them in 5 minutes or your next one's free. Now, you could go somewhere else, but with a deal like this at Pizza Hut, why would you?
Pizza Hut, making it great!
The Van and Connie Show, the coffee and donuts of morning TV.
Back at 8:30 on Today, where the hits just keep on coming. Up, Up and Away, Stone Soul Picnic, Wedding Bell Blues, One Less Bell to Answer, California Soul, Last Night I Didn't Get to Sleep at All, etc., etc., etc.
You should be a DJ.
Oh, yeah, right. All hits of the Fifth Dimension, who are, after an absence of 16 years together, all 5 originals are now back for a limited engagement. Part of that engagement includes an appearance in this half hour, which we're delighted about.
Also in this half hour, we're going to be going to Faith Daniels. She has a Today's Family segment about how parents can win their power struggles with their children without the kids resenting it.
8:31 to the news desk, Faith Daniels.
Thanks, Bryan. Former hostage Jesse Turner is on his way home this morning. Turner, his wife, and daughter left Wiesbaden, Germany earlier today on a flight to Chicago and eventually for home in Boise, Idaho. Turner was held captive in Lebanon for nearly 5 years. Terry Anderson is about to spend his 7th birthday as a hostage in Lebanon. Anderson will be 44 on Sunday. He is the longest held of the 8 remaining Western hostages. It looks as though the White House and the Senate may have ended their 2-year-old stalemate over a civil rights bill. The president has criticized past efforts, arguing that they would force employers to use racial hiring quotas. A compromise plan containing language acceptable to the administration was reached late last night. Dr. Jack Kevorkian is in hiding this morning after the suicides of 2 women Wednesday night. Kevorkian was charged with murder last year because he helped a terminally ill woman kill herself. The charge was dismissed. The court barred the doctor from aiding in any more suicides. Prosecutors are considering bringing new charges, including homicide and contempt. Earlier on today, Katie spoke with Kevorkian's attorney about that.
No, I'm not confident at all, and that's why I'm speaking to you today, and he's not here speaking to you. We have a prosecutor here in Oakland County who has once charged him with first-degree murder. I would be derelict in my duties, Katie, if I allowed him to speak to you, because every word he says is closely monitored by the authorities here, and I'm certain that if past history proves out or repeats itself, he could be charged again, and I'm fearful of that. I hope it doesn't happen. We had a circus-like atmosphere, but I'm fearful of it.
Feiger says Kevorkian provided equipment and expertise, but did not assist in the deaths at all. The European community will try again today to broker a truce between rival Serbs and Croatians in Yugoslavia. All earlier attempts to come up with a lasting ceasefire have failed. In Athens, Greece, angry students have gone to war over their outdated educational system. 20 people were injured in all-night skirmishes between riot police and protesters. The clashes began Thursday after 1,500 students marched on the education ministry to demand more spending on education and the abolition of midterm exams. The film crew shooting Lethal Weapon 3 is promising more bang for your buck. They blew up the Orlando City Hall last night for a colossal film stunt. It was the old City Hall. That's the new one standing right next door to it, the one that is still standing. Later today on A Closer Look, the latest on Alzheimer's, some promising new research, and a battle between families and the federal government over a drug that helps some Alzheimer's patients. The FDA says it's too dangerous. The families are suing. 8:33 now. That's the latest from here.
All right, Faith, thanks very much. Faith's Today's Family segment is coming up in just a little bit after we get our final check of weather on this morning. Willard Scott is down there, got T-shirt in hand, I see. What's
How
up,
can
buddy?
you tell? I've always wondered.
Well, you know what? We have a preview monitor that sits over in the corner, and sometimes when I'm looking at this camera, assuming it's one of the 8 that are pointed same direction, same time, getting no hint of which one to look at, I can look past and see you. See there?
Hi, Faith.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
You mean if I'm scratching or doing something
You
weird?
got it. You got it.
Well, I'll move that right along. We got to do the outtakes of this show. We'd all be in court. One way or the other. Anyway, I often wondered how you knew that. Have I got the right side? This is a fabulous project. It's called Give a Push. This is the Give a Push weekend in beautiful San Francisco, California. Pi Kappa Phi fraternity service project has raised over $20,000 for playground equipment for disabled children, and this week they're going to assemble it all, put it together, and make the playground a reality. Great, great, great. So many good things happen, so many people all over this country. I'll tell you, there are more good people in this world, or if it wasn't, this thing would fall apart, let me tell you, because there's enough of the others that give us a problem, right? But more good ones than, the good guys really do win. Happy birthday, speaking of good guys. Take a look, if you will. Beautiful birthday wish to Millie Wood of Spring Valley, California. This lovely lady is 100 years old today, grew up on a farm where she once rode a pig across a field. I used to do that in my granddaddy's farm, jump on their backs. That kid, they're a powerful animal there. Pigs are clean. You know that, people? They're much maligned, pigs. Did you? Lucy, I'll get on that in another morning. Lucy Bradford of Orange, Massachusetts is 100. And Lucy, we love you. We love Lucy. She watches the Today Show every morning. Stunning lady. Absolutely beautiful. Saturday's outlook, rain where they need it. I think probably the most, the northwest, snow in the Cascades, the higher elevations, moving into rain showers throughout Montana and Idaho, and some scattered showers down the Mississippi Valley. That's okay. That's a very slow-moving front. Probably will dissipate before it gets east. We need some more rain here, where it's perfect, perfect Indian summer. And again, that rain and snow will move into the Rockies by Sunday. Today, thunderstorms and possible heavy rains down in, I'd say, northeastern Texas, most of eastern Oklahoma, into Arkansas, and some showers from Chicago down through New Orleans, and also rain showers again in the northwest. Quite a storm system moved across there yesterday from Seattle down to Northern California. Here's what's happening in your world, even as we speak.
Well, the rain should be ending today, giving way to a nice, crisp fall afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies through the morning hours. High right at 58 degrees, then for tonight, cooling things off in central Iowa, down to an overnight low right at 45 degrees.
That's it. That's all. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Now back to BG.
Hey, Willie, you have a good weekend, too. We'll see you on
Thank you,
Monday.
sir. Thank you.
Coming up on 8:37, Faith's back in a moment with Today's Family, right after this.
We all live with stress. Some people find it harder to deal with than others. And sometimes not only can stress lead to a headache, but it can, on occasion, also lead to stomach upset. That's when your choice of a pain reliever should be Tylenol. Doctors know Tylenol provides fast, effective pain relief, yet is easy on your stomach. Talk to your doctor. We can't avoid stress, but we can take Tylenol to relieve stress headaches. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Give her the $25 smile.
They're partners in crime who know a good scam when they pull one.
You killed my daddy!
Now, they're going from the poorhouse to the penthouse. America's little con artist is going to get what she deserves. A family. From director John Hughes.
Give us a kiss.
Please. We're in public.
James Belushi, Kelly Lynch, and Allison Porter is Curly Sue. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
I'd like to have a word with you, and that word is and. It's a word you don't hear much if you're spending less than 10 grand on a car. Unless you're looking at Plymouth Sundance America. It gives you an automatic transmission, and air, and a stereo, and a driver's airbag, and the owner's choice protection plan. And it's the only car that gives you those ands and 50 others for under 10 grand.
Now, drive for the gold with up to $1,000 cash back on select cars.
This is a terrific price, but do these Energizer batteries last long?
They keep going and going.
Yeah?
You know, the bunny.
A bunny told you they last long.
The pink bunny with the drum. It keeps going and going.
Thanks for your help. Pink bunnies.
Seniors save 30% at choice hotels like Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep just by calling ahead.
Boy, what I won't do to save a buck.
Seniors save 30% by calling 1-800-4CHOICE to reserve a room. Rooms are limited. Call today.
The first month that I took advantage of the Friends and Family program, I believe my savings was a little over $26.
$84 to $85 per year.
$10, $12 a month.
$9 for 1 month.
$4.37.
$3 for another month.
Over $100, maybe $120, $130 a year.
So adding the two came up to $12.
I'm saving over $100 a year.
It's as if MCI said, Merry Christmas, here's 2 months free savings, and I say, wow.
The Today Family segment is brought to you by MCI, the long-distance phone company that brings you friends and family.
This morning on Today's Family, the age-old power war between parents and kids. The battles begin when they're just babies, and they go on until they're grown and beyond. But there are ways to win, so I'm told, without robbing your child of self-esteem. Yvonne Winehouse and Karen Friedman are family counselors and award-winning authors who have written a book and devised a test called Stop Struggling with Your Child. Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on, parents can win. I don't believe that.
That's a good question. That's the point. It can't be a win or lose, and that's the whole essence of what a power struggle is. It's when you move beyond the issue at hand, whether it's did you brush your teeth or you're not going to take the car tonight, and you get into who's going to win this argument. So that's what you want to stay away from, and you want to stick to problem solving.
And figure out a way not to lock horns.
Absolutely.
You have devised this test, and we have some questions from it so that we can sort of get some tangible answers here. Let's take a look at the first question that we have. You walk into your 5-year-old's room and find magic markers all over the walls. When you ask how it happened, the child says, I don't know, even though you see the marker in her hand. Do you, A, question her about lying so she can see that it doesn't work? B, move into action, clean up the wall, and ban TV for 3 days? Or C, downplay the lie, ask her to clean up with you, and ban magic markers for a week? I would pick C.
Good, you're right. Do you know why you'd pick C?
Because if you ask them about lying, they're going to lie some more.
Exactly. One way to make sure that kids lie is to make sure you ask them questions like why, where, because what you do is you corner them. If you do number 2 and you clean it up yourself, you're really missing an opportunity to teach your child that they need to experience the consequences of their actions, which is to clean up what you mess up.
And you have to ban the magic markers because that's
called
natural
the tool.
Consequence.
And it's also called sanity for yourself.
Right. All right, next question. Your 8-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter are at constant war. You should, A, stay out of their fights. If they can't work it out, just separate them. B, referee their fight so the younger child doesn't always get the short end of the stick. Or C, talk to them separately. Explain to the oldest he needs to set an example, and explain to the youngest that the older one gets special privileges because he is older. I would pick A, stay out of it.
That's fair. Yes, that's exactly right, because what you want to do is you want to treat him as a team. A lot of times parents get in the middle and they try to play judge and jury, and what happens is they really escalate the battle. You want to stay out of it and give them an opportunity to begin to work it out. And if they can't, separate them, but separate them without blaming one or the other. Just say you can.
One always ends up the victim, and one always ends up the abuser. And
absolutely.
It's a no-win situation.
Right.
And isn't that easier said than done?
I was just going to say that, Faith. You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, I bet you'd pick that. The question is, can you do it? You know, we parents can say, well, we know we're supposed to do that, but when we get right in the middle of it, a lot of times we forget that. So it's often good for parents to be able to leave, so in that way they can also keep their mouths shut.
Just exit quickly. Right. All right, next question. You have given your child what you think is a fair discipline, but she does not respond the way you thought she would. She yells, so what? I don't care. What do you know? You, A, ease up, talk to her, find out why she doesn't care. B, don't switch your tactics just because your child didn't react the way you thought she would. And C, come up with another harsher discipline to teach her a lesson. B,
You're very
don't
good.
Switch tactics.
That's right. A lot of people get that wrong. They don't understand that you want to base the success on what you do, not what the child does. Because if you base it on the child, then all of a sudden your power is turned over to the child, and you want to feel good about what you do. If you can speak in a calm voice, if you know what you came up with, it's a type of discipline that she can learn from, then that's what you aim for.
But we hear the, I hate you, I'm getting a new mommy, I'm moving out of the house. It's not easy.
My husband has a great response for when the kids say, I hate you. He'll always say, that's the wonderful thing about love. I can still love you anyway. And what he does is he really takes the wind out of their sails. It doesn't matter.
All right, next question. Your 11-year-old is using bad language towards you in front of his friends. He did it when you were driving them to a game. What do you do? A, don't drive your son and his friends for a week and tell him you don't want to be in a position where you're treated disrespectfully. B, wash his mouth out with soap. That worked in my day. Or C, tell him that his friends are not a good influence and he needs to find new ones. Well, that's an easy one, right? A.
It is easy. And I think the issue is it's hard to do because a lot of parents will act, you know, and talk about your friends aren't good, why do you hang around them, and they want instant action. What you're doing is, instead of trying to change the child, which is what we try to do, don't you talk to me that way, who do you think you are? You can start changing yourself. That's how you gain credibility with your child. You do something that you can follow through with rather than trying to get your child to follow through with a punishment or consequence. That's really important in parenting.
One last one, and I'm not sure I know the answer to this one.
Oh, good.
Your 9-year-old doesn't do his chores, which were mutually agreed upon. When you remind him, he just lies on the couch watching TV and says, in a minute, you should A, barter. If he refuses to do the chore, you do it. And then he should do one of yours. B, ask for money. You have the right to charge him if you do his chores. Or C, remind him 3 times, and if he doesn't do his chores, then he works on the weekend till they're done.
So what are you going to choose?
I don't know. Ask for money.
Real good.
That's okay. Go for bucks.
The answer to that one is A, B, and C. The secret is when you read the question, you said mutually agreed upon chores, which means that the child did say he would do the chores. So you can barter, you can ask for money, or you can remind. It doesn't make any difference.
That's why it was such a tough choice.
That's right.
Karen and Vaughn, thanks a lot for talking with us
Thank
today.
you.
Brian's back in a moment with The Fifth Dimension. It's now 8:45, and this is Today on NBC.
But we can fly.
A brief lesson in concentration. The concentration your child can learn playing the piano will help his study skills, improve his grades, increase his self-confidence, and prepare him for a more successful future. And it can make him very fast. Play the piano. It's more than just music.
Your sense of smell is about 10,000 times more sensitive than your sense of taste. That's why Folgers Coffee uses mountain-grown beans. Because beans grown high in the mountains have the richest coffee aroma of all. So what better combination could you have? The remarkable aroma of mountain-grown Folgers and your remarkable ability to appreciate it.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
The new 1992 Toyotas are here. This is your special invitation to the premiere showing of the 92s at Friedman Motor Cars. Come and take a look at the exciting new Camry. We just couldn't leave well enough alone. The sporty Paseo, the all-purpose Previa, the sturdiness of the 4x4s. They're here, they're new and spectacular, only at Friedman Motor Cars, where...
Imagine a sale with millions in savings. A sale so big, it could only be called the $1 Million Sale. And only at Richmond Gordman. Millions of dollars worth of buys on name brands. Millions of dollars worth of values throughout the store. Millions of dollars worth of savings. 30, 40, 50%. Savings so amazing, you'll feel like a millionaire. It's the $1 Million Sale, and it's at Richmond Gordman. You can't afford to miss it.
Back in the pre-music video days, it was pure talent that took a very good-looking group called the Fifth Dimension to the top of the charts. The group's recording of Up, Up, and Away became one of the biggest hits in pop music history, and in 1967 led to an unprecedented 5 Grammys in 1 year. For 8 years, the Fifth Dimension proved to be one of the most popular groups in the world. The original 5 members split up in '75, but now after 16 years, they have joined forces again for a limited national tour. It is a pleasure to welcome Marilyn McCoo, Billy Davis Jr., Ron Townsend, Florence LaRue, and Lamont McLemore. Good morning.
And it's a pleasure to see you, Brian.
Yeah, how you doing? Good seeing you again. All right, whose idea was this?
Well, Ronald's been talking about it for a few years.
Really?
Yeah, he'd call us up. You think we can never do this? And we said, oh, we don't know. Maybe one day, Ron.
But it should be noted that Ron got out for 3 years, right?
Yeah,
right. Got out for 3 years, did his other thing, and then came back.
Ron and I have been together 26 years, longer than
That's longer than a lot of marriages.
Well, anybody's longer than you've been married. You're newlywed. You're newlywed.
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
And is this true that your husband is seeing this haircut for the first time?
Right.
As we talk.
Yeah.
He better.
Yeah.
Because it's too late. Right. But you two are living proof that you can be married in the group, have fun, and stay married and be happy.
We've been married 22 years, and we're just hanging in there.
But you got out of the business entirely for a little while.
Well, actually, yes, to pursue some business
ventures that I wanted to do all my life, and so I decided to come back in and
He's a ham.
do
He'll
it
always
again.
be there.
Well, we know where you've been.
Well, I've been excited about my new Warner Brothers album that's out. It's doing real well.
You're at the top of the charts, I see.
That's right. I had a #1 single.
Very
Praise
good.
God.
All right, everybody be honest now. Who was the reluctant one about getting back? Really? Were you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, actually, you know, Ron Lamont and I have kept the Fifth Dimension going, and I was at a point where I really wanted to do some individual projects. And, you know, people were encouraging me, oh, you should do some things on your own. And I really wanted to do it. And they, you know, said, well,
which reminds me, Eugene and the other member,
Phyllis.
yeah,
Right.
who continue to be with the Fifth Dimension. How do they feel about this?
Well, you know, they're sharing it with us. I'm sure it's difficult at times, but we continue working. But they come to all of the performances in the LA area, and they support us.
Oh, they do.
They
They come out and they support the things we're doing. It's nice.
But I must tell you, Brian, even though I was very reluctant, I am having a great time, and I'm honestly enjoying it. When I see the pleasure that people get from seeing the original Fifth Dimension back together, it amazes me. I thought some people would like it.
I heard the first time you came out on stage, you just broke into applause. They gave you a standing ovation. You hadn't even said a thing yet?
Haven't said a word.
No. Really?
It's funny because, again, there was this wondering, how is this going to work out when we get back into rehearsal together? How is it going to feel? And then the first night that we heard Back Together Again since 1975, tears started welling up in my eyes. And I said, no, you got to sing.
Up, you know, it's
Was it like riding a bike, or did it take some time?
No, it was like riding a bike.
No, it was like riding a bike, but we had to relearn some notes.
No, but sure, we had to relearn some things, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just flowed, just like we had never stopped
Sounds like
singing.
the start of a marital dispute. Was it?
No, it was easy. It seemed like we had been away for about 2 or 3 weeks. But like Marilyn said, there were some notes that had to be relearned.
Yeah, I've been singing this note for 10 years.
The guys back here are saying, hey, we came in early, let's get it on. What are you going to sing for us? What are you going to sing?
We're going to sing Wedding Bell Blues right now, and then we'll sing another favorite later.
Okay, let me get out.
All righty.
I look at you and see the passion eyes of May. Oh, but am I ever going to see my wedding day? Now I was on your side, Bill, when you were losing. I'd never scheme or lie, Bill. There's been no fooling. The kisses and love won't carry me till you marry me, Bill. I love you so, I always will. And in your voice I hear a choir of carousels. Oh, but am I ever gonna hear my wedding bell? Now I was the one who came running when you were lonely, and I haven't lived one day not loving you only. The kisses and love won't carry me till you marry me, Bill. I love you so, I always will. And though devotion rules my heart, I take no vows. Oh, but Bill, you're never gonna take those wedding vows. Oh, come on, Bill. Oh, come on, Bill. Come on and marry me, Bill. I got the window blues. Please marry me, Bill. I got the window blues. Window blues. I got the window
You don't need me to tell you how terrific that was. Is there going to be an album of the reunion?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know if it comes to that.
You know, we've learned to not to say never anymore.
Right.
So
You can do another number right after we take a break. This is Today on NBC.
Try to imagine all the punishment your carpenter endure. Go ahead, walk off.
We've got a dad.
Huh?
We like to acknowledge our fantastic musicians. musicians behind the studio.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes. They forced you to do that as you wanted in 445.
Our female conductor.
Stand up.
All right, Gail. Gail, take a bow. We're going to run the names of our folks as you sing us on out of here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. We'll step aside.
Thank you.
Would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? Would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? We can float among the stars together, you and I. But we can't fly. We can't fly. Up and away in my beautiful balloon. A nicer place in my beautiful balloon. It wears a nicer face in my beautiful balloon. We can sing a song and sail along the silver sky, but we can't fly. We can't fly. Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Suspended under a twilight canopy, we'll search the clouds for a star to guide us.
If by some chance you find yourself loving me,
We'll find a cloud to hide us, keep the moon beside us. The love is waiting there in my beautiful balloon, way up in the air in my beautiful balloon. If you'll hold my hand, we'll chase your dream across the sky. But we can't fly. Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Up and away. Up and away. Up and away.
The critics predicted his career was over.
I've been up and down. Up is better.
She's the PG-rated version of Madonna.
Everything I've ever done has been my choice.
On the next One-on-One.
People are pouring into Pizza Hut for a great new lunch deal. Because right now, you can sit down and enjoy a pepperoni personal pan pizza for just $1.29 and a supreme personal pan pizza for just $1.79. Or carry them out for the same great low price. Either way, you get the Pizza Hut pizza you love. Plus, you'll get them in 5 minutes or your next one's free. Now, you could go somewhere else, but with a deal like this at Pizza Hut, why would you?
Pizza Hut, making it great.
On the next Van and Connie show, we're going to get a brand new centerpiece, a real macho one, too. This is going to be good.
What's that? I don't know about that.
Oh,
What?
you'll see.
You're watching WHO TV 13 Des Moines, your 24-hour